coming up. The Knights' Edric Lee is now surely firming up for a World Cup for Dominic Young. Meanwhile, Jaden Bradley is hoping to come back on Friday as part of their clash with the South Sydney Rabbitohs. And Newcastle's Jesse Southwell has been named in the Australian Women's Rugby 7 squad. That's up next here on NBN's local sports news. Good evening, my name is Conklin McLeod with NBN's local sports news. Tonight, Knights player Edric Lee says that the World Cup call-up is now firming for his fellow player Dominic Young. Jaden Bailey to return from his long-awaited injury, and Jesse Southwell to make a Commonwealth Games debut. Edric Lee stole the show with 5 tries, but he says a World Cup call-up is now surely firming for fellow Knights winger Dom Young. The 20-year-old flyer scored a hat-trick in Newcastle's 38-12 victory over the Gold Coast on Friday in an effort that was largely overshadowed by Lee's record-breaking haul. The performance continued Young's stunning risk this year following his mixed rookie NRL season in 2021. The athletic and dreadlocked Englishman has emerged as one of the Knights' shining lights among an, at all times, bleak season. After playing 6 NRL games last year, Young has made 12 appearances and scored 7 tries this year. His defence and work in starting the Knights' sets have been key areas of improvement, which, in addition to his attack, have earned him high praise, with club legend Matthew Johns labelling Young Newcastle's best player this year. Still on the Knights, and their hooker Jaden Bailey will make his long-awaited return from injury against the South Sydney Rabbitohs this Friday. Bailey has been named to come off the bench at McDonald Jones Stadium as the 12th place Knights chase back-to-back wins for only the second time this season. The club captain, who ruptured an Achilles in pre-season training and hasn't featured all year, is expected to be eased back in on Friday and over coming weeks. Meanwhile, Chris Randall, who has starred every game this season as Newcastle's dummy half in place of the more experienced Rake, has been retained and will wear the number 9 jersey. Bailey hasn't played since the Knights were eliminated from the finals last September in 2021. Rugby Union Newcastle's Jessie Southwell will make her Commonwealth Games debut after being named in the Australian Women's Rugby 7 squad. 17-year-old Southwell from Cameron Park was one of 2 teenagers revealed in the team on Tuesday. She is a relative newcomer to the group, having joined them on the international stage for the first time just a few months ago. The multi-talented player also contracted at hometown NRL club the Newcastle Knights, helped the Aussies clinch the World Series title and followed it up with another appearance at the Oceania Super Sevens. Southwell quickly told recently that it's such a big goal for the Sevens program. So to play or even just go to the Commonwealth Games and watch the girls do their thing would be such an honour. Australia claimed silver at the Commonwealth Games on the Gold Coast in 2018. The upcoming tournament gets underway in England up at Birmingham on July 29. Meanwhile, the Aussies men's squad was also unveiled on Tuesday, with Samu Karavai now squeezing another Rugby Sevens cameo into his Wallaby schedule. Coming up, Ryan Callanan and Morgan Sibling go through.
Into big business now, are we?
Nope. I'm quite happy with the small business I own, Louise.
Who are you banking with now, Bob?
Newcastle Permanent.
No, I mean your company banking.
Yeah, we're with the firm.
Didn't know they did business banking?
Well, I have done for quite some time now, Dad.
Oh, good move.
That's mine. Thank you.
Your business is in good hands with Newcastle Permanent.
They're our building society.
Great electrical deals from the electrical specialist. This Westinghouse 275-litre frost-free refrigerator with large see-through slide-out fruit and vegetable crisper. Yours for $6.99. Save with this 454-litre frost-free Whirlpool with full-width chiller and pop-up cover below $9.99. From GE, a 627-litre side-by-side frost-free combo, our price $19.99. These and many more great electrical deals available now.
To surfing, and Mayweather surfers Ryan Callanan and Morgan Sibling have both advanced to the second round of the men's Bellator Pro in South Africa. Callanan won his heat at Willard Beach on Tuesday evening, following up the second place result recorded by Sibling less than 24 hours earlier. The Nova Castrians are competing at the Challenger Series event in an attempt to help re-qualify for the World Surf League's Championship Tour in 2023, having been cut from the main draw earlier this year. Callanan posted a two-wave total of 10.5 to edge out US surfer Cam Richards' 10.07 and reached the last 48. Meanwhile, Sibling bookended his 30 minutes in the water on Monday with rides of 5.5 and 5.3. See him finish 1.8 points behind Frenchman Timothy Bissot, 12.6 and 1.7, ahead of American Cole Houshman, 9.1. In terms of the Challenger Series rankings, both Callanan and Sibling are sitting inside the promotion line. To soccer, and of course, Newcastle has been drawn to host two Australia draws. Newcastle has been drawn to host 2 Australia fixtures in the space of 4 days. Football Australia released the round of 32 on Tuesday, with the Jets welcoming fellow A-League club Adelaide United to McDonald Jones Stadium on Saturday, July 30 at 7:30 p.m. Meanwhile, Northern New South Wales National Premier League outfit Olympic then takes the stage on Tuesday, August 2nd at 7:30 when tackling last season's A-League premiers Melbourne City at the No. 2 Sports Ground. Meanwhile, NPL joint leaders Broadmeadow Magic have an away game, helping to open the next phase of the national knockout competition by visual Victorian side Bentley Greens at the Kingston Heath Soccer Complex on Thursday, July 21. Still on the Hunters NPL, and of course, regardless of wet weather and any potential postponements, 2 of this weekend's fixtures could well prove crucial in the race for the Northern New South Wales National Premier League title. Benotia isn't lost on Charlestown coach Graham Law. Zuri are one of 3 teams sharing top spot on the men's competition ladder with 26 points. They are due to host last place Adamstown at Lyle Car Oval on Saturday afternoon, while joint leaders Broadmeadow and Maitland go head-to-head at Magic Park just 2.5 hours later. Meanwhile, Charlestown and Broadmeadow both have a game in hand compared to Maitland, who made their 13th appearance in a 3-2 loss to Western at home on Saturday. And of course, round 15 of the Newcastle Rugby League kicks off this weekend, with Cessnock hosting Maitland. Lakes United takes on the Macquarie Scorpions, and also Curry hosts the South Newcastle Lions, and also Wyon is up against Western Suburbs, and also Central Newcastle is up against the Entrance. While round 11 of Group 21 kicks off this weekend as well, with Aberdeen hosting Greater Brankston. Scone, of course, have their game up at their home park against Muswellbrook, and Denman are up against Singleton. Meanwhile, round 12 of the AFL Hunter Central Coast kicks off this weekend, with Cardiff hosting Killarney Vale, while Singleton are up against Warners Bay. And of course, Newcastle are up against Terrigal Avoca, while Maitland have the bye. Still in it and in the plate, and it's round 12, with Newcastle up against Cardiff, while the entrants Bateau Bay are up against Lake Macquarie. And of course, Terrigal Avoca are up against Nelson Bay, while Wallsend West Newcastle are up against Wyon, and Killarney Vale have the bye. Meanwhile, round 12 of the Black Diamond Shield kicks off this weekend, with Warners Bay taking on Gosford, the entrants Bateau Bay to play against Muswellbrook, and Maitland up against Newcastle City. To the women, and Cardiff will take on Killarney Vale, while Singleton are up against Warners Bay. And of course, Newcastle City play against Terrigal Avoca, and Wyon Lakes have the bye. To the women's version of the Black Diamond Plate, and of course round 12 kicks off this weekend, with Newcastle City up against Cardiff, while Killarney Vale is up against Maitland. Wallsend West Newcastle are playing against Gosford, and of course the entrants Bateau Bay are playing against Lake Macquarie, and of course Terrigal Avoca are up against Port Stephens, and of course thankfully there's no bye. While round 11 of the Hunter Rugby Union competition kicks off, with Merewether hosting Singleton, Southern Beaches hosting Nelson Bay, and University of Newcastle to beat Hamilton. Meanwhile, Merewether have the bye in round 11 of the of the Women's Hunter Rugby Union this weekend, while the University of Newcastle will take on Hamilton. And also, Maitland are up against Madawi, while the Waratahs are up against the Wanderers. There's good news for the Newcastle Falcons men and women. They're up at home at the basketball stadium at Broadmeadow, where they'll be playing against the Hills Hornets. I'm hoping that the Falcons secure a win. Meanwhile, there's only one game this Saturday for the Newcastle North Stars as they take on the Sydney Ice Dogs up at the Macquarie Ice Rink. And of course, I'm hoping that the North Stars secure a win. Meanwhile, all round 12 matches of the Newcastle and Hunter Rugby League's Ladies League tag have all been called off because of the wet weather. Meanwhile, let's go to round 13 now, and of course, it will start next weekend. And of course, Shortland will take on the Tea Gardens. Morpeth is up against Dudley, while West Wallsend is up against Cardiff, and Awabakal will play against Raymond Terrace. It's also happening to the same in the men's one as well. Northern Lakes are taking on Swansea in round 13, which starts next weekend. And of course, Cardiff takes on Curry. University are up against Katawa, while Shortland are up against Glendale. And that's about it for now. My name's Conklin McLeod. Thank you very much for your company, and from all of us here, good night.